Today, we're going to be ranking Holly Jackson books. Hi everyone, so in today's video, we're going to be ranking, like I said, Holly Jackson books. Holly Jackson is my favorite author. I read The Girl's Guide to Murder my freshman year. It was after my freshman year, and it was my summer reading book, and I just fell in love with her right after that. So we're going to be ranking all of her books that she's ever written. The only book that I am not going to be ranking is Killjoy because I haven't read that yet. That's like the prequel to A Girl's Guide to Murder. So, we have, if I can get this back up, we have The Reappearance of Rachel Price, Five Survive, As Good as Dead, Girl of Bad Blood, A Girl's Guide to Murder, and Not Quite Dead Yet. So, we're going to start with like my least favorite and then to my top favorite. One thing I should let you guys know is that if it is lower ranked on the list, that doesn't mean that it's not good. Doesn't mean it's not good. You should still read all of her books. She's amazing. But some of them just weren't the same as my number one pick. In 7th place and last place is Five Survive. 8 Hours, 6 Friends, 5 Survive. Red Kenny is on a road trip for spring break with 5 friends. Her best friend and her older brother, his perfect girlfriend, Red's secret crush, a classmate, and a killer. When their RV breaks down in the middle of nowhere with no cell service, they soon realize this is no accident. They have been trapped by someone out in the dark, someone who clearly wants one of them dead. With 8 hours until dawn, the 6 friends must escape or figure out which of them is a target. But is there a liar among them? Buried secrets will be forced to light, and tensions inside the RV will reach deadly levels. Not all of them will survive the night. The reason why I'm putting this at 7th is because it's slower than the other ones. And yes, of course, at the very end, they have this big 35-page explanation of what happened, and that was really cool. And I did love the characters. I love Simon. He was so funny in this. Like the main character, I didn't love her friend, but I think I just didn't feel as connected to the story as the other ones. Not saying that all of the other books are relatable, that I'm Andy Bell or something, because that would be a very bad thing to be related to. But I just didn't really connect as much to this book as I would have liked. It just didn't grip me as much. So the ending was pretty good, not gonna lie. I don't want to spoil it, but I think it was like 318 or 317. It was around that mark. Oh my god. But yeah, definitely a tearjerker. I did cry a little bit for this book because some people died that was definitely not necessary. Holly, what are you doing? Okay, really, this one is in 4th place. And I will explain why, but this one is in 4th place, but it's still in last place. And I know that that's confusing, but I will explain why later in the video. Now in 3rd place, this one was hard because I wanted to put these two in 2nd place, but I think one of them I liked just a little bit more. So, in 3rd place, we have The Reappearance of Rachel Price. 18-year-old Belle has lived her whole life in the shadow of her mom's mysterious disappearance. 16 years ago, Rachel Price vanished, and young Belle was the only witness, but she has no memory of it. Rachel is gone, long presumed dead, and Belle wishes everyone would just move on. But the case is dragged up from the past when the Price family agrees to a true crime documentary. Belle can't wait for filming to end, for life to go back to normal. And then the impossible happens. Rachel Price reappears, and life will never be normal again. Rachel has an unbelievable story about what happened to her. Unbelievable because Belle isn't sure if it's real. If Rachel is lying, then where has she been all this time, and could she be dangerous? With the cameras still rolling, Belle must uncover the truth about her mother and find out why Rachel Price really came back from the dead. It was funny. There were scenes where I laughed out loud, which I feel like Holly does a lot more these days. The ending shocked me so much. I did not see that ending coming. And the reason why I'm putting this as 3rd is because I loved Belle because she was like tough, she was confident and everything, but I didn't really relate to her because she was so... How it ended and who the person was, it kind of disappointed me a little bit, because they kept on talking about this one character who could have done it, and with Holly Jackson, I like the plot twist. I like thinking, oh, this person did it, but then it's actually like this brand new person. And I think that, yes, the answer came to another plot twist I didn't know, but I think that I was a little bit disappointed on who the person was, and who like the villain was when they figured it out. I think that the love interest wasn't my favorite. I did love Ash, but I think the ones in the higher places, deserve the higher spot. But yeah, that is my third book. Now we have the second. And it's because you're like, wait, there's 4 more books. How could one be the second? It's because one of them is a 3-way tie. And I think you know which one that is. But in second place, this was hard between the reappearance of Rachel Price and Not Quite Dead Yet. But Not Quite Dead Yet. Jet is the daughter of one of the wealthiest families in Woodstock, Vermont. 27 years old and back living with her parents, she's still waiting for her life to begin. I'll do it later, she always says. She has time. Very relatable. Until Halloween night, when she is violently attacked by an unseen intruder, suffering a catastrophic head injury. Doctors are certain that within a week, the injury will trigger a deadly aneurysm. I think I'm saying that right. Jet never thought of herself as having enemies, but now she looks at everyone in a new light. Her family, her former best friend turned sister-in-law, her ex-boyfriend. She has just 7 days, and as her condition deteriorates, she has only her childhood friend Billy for help, but nevertheless she's absolutely determined to finally finish something. Jet is gonna solve her homework. I feel like this book just has a special place in my heart anyway, because this book, I met Holly Jackson, I met my online friends. This was like when I went to go to her signing and go see her, so that just adds like a bonus. But I really like this story, and I actually guessed the person. You know when you want to guess the person, but then you also don't, because that means that they're a really good author. And yes, I did guess it right, but I wasn't like angry about it, like. And also the reason why this one is coming in second is because this one is her first adult book, and I don't know why, but I feel like the difference between her YA and her adult books is that the YA, like definitely Reappearance of Rachel Price and If I've Survived, it was very descriptive. Descriptiveness is not my favorite. Like in this book, it was like a long paragraph that was almost a page of a table when they were all sitting down eating. So, but this one just flowed. It wasn't so descriptive that I got bored. And the humor in this book, oh my gosh, I loved it so much. She's such an icon. She's so funny. Billy is cute. I wouldn't say he's my book boyfriend, but yeah. But I think that this book, it just had so many elements to it. I think that this book was definitely an experience, because I remember reading on the beach and I was like, the amount, I think that with Holly Jackson, the more that's wrong with the characters, the better I like it. Because Sophia, I think that's what her name was in this book. But I even had like little like sticky notes coming out just from like the funny parts. I think that the reason why I was struggling with putting this tied with the reappearance of Rachel Price is because they both had their cons about it. This one, I really wanted to be traumatized by the end of this book, because I think that when you go online and when you see all of these reviews saying I cried at the end, I got so traumatized, you ruined my life, Holly Jackson, and that's why I love her. She doesn't ruin our life, but like she traumatizes us. And I think that at the very end, I wasn't as traumatized as I thought I'd be, which is a sentence that no one ever thinks that they are gonna want to be traumatized. Like, why would you ever want to be? But you know. And I think that's the only disappointment about this book. I'm happy that I guessed it, but I'm also not happy that I guessed it. It's like, it's a weird relationship with me guessing the murder. I mean, it means I'm smart, because that person was at the top of the list for me. And I feel like with Holly Jackson characters, there's always one thing that you kind of get annoyed about. And for me, this one, Jet did something that I cannot forgive her for, but I still love her. But yeah, this one, second. And now, in a tie, 3 books in the tie, and what other books could be the rest of her books? I wonder what. The A Good Girl's Guide to Murder, all 3 books as number 1. This series I read 4 years ago. This one, the sophomore of after my freshman year, and then I read, I think, these 2 my sophomore year. And oh my gosh, did Holly get me through high school. Obviously, A Good Girl's Guide to Murder, this book is my favorite out of the 3. It's the original and everything. And then we have Good Girl Bad Blood. This one is not talked about enough, I don't think. This one I love, and people like spread shade on it. This book out of the 3 was the book that I read the fastest, because I literally sat down on a Friday and I had probably like 200 pages left. I just read it, not in one sitting, but like I took like half hour, an hour breaks, but I just kept on going back to it. I read for like 4 hours that day, and it was so good. And just like the plot twists, the chapter endings, oh my gosh, my jaw was on the floor. And also the ending, rest in peace, I can't say, but I think you know, guys. And then As Good as Dead, which is my least favorite out of the Girls Guide to Murder series. Not saying it was bad, and I know a lot of people are like, what? But I think the As Good as Dead, it was a longer book, and I think I didn't love the way that Pip changed in the third one. Just in the beginning, and just overall, I did love how it was scary. Like her and Max's house, oh my gosh, my heart was like, I love how it was scary. The only thing I didn't love about this book is that sometimes, and okay, I do have to reread this series because I did read this 3 years ago, so maybe I'll understand it more now. But I think that in this book, when she meets the person, if you know, you know, it was kind of confusing on how she, oh, I can't say anything. But yeah, some of the parts were kind of confusing. Like I couldn't really visualize it in my head. And then the one thing that I really like did not like about this book was how slow it was at the beginning. It really started to pick up at like probably halfway point, and I feel like the first 150 pages kind of just were like blabble. But it was still really good. So, but of course, no one can beat my number one. I feel like this is such a basic answer, but definitely number one. This is my second favorite out of the series. This one is so underhyped. And then the third one for the third one. And then, yeah. So, in total, we have number one, second place, third place, and fourth place. So, that is the video. I talked a lot in this video, so thank you so much if you stayed for this long. I'm also talking a little bit quieter because my parents are home now, and I should have recorded this at like 10 a.m., but I didn't. But yeah, those are all of the books. They're upside down, but leave your comments and thoughts on how you would rank Holly Jackson books if you read all of them. And yeah, thank you guys so much for watching this video. See you in my next one. Bye. Okay. A Girl's Guide to Murder. Best book boyfriend ever. Robbie. I got married to him when I was 14 when I read the book. And I'm 18. Even though he was a 20-year-old. But I swear, Holly Jackson, Robbie, how did you make that man? Like, now my standards are so high. And no one is like Robbie. Like, no one real life guy. Thank you for watching. Bye.